Our guest today is We're from Antarctica. They're not really from Antarctica. They're from here in the Lehigh Valley, but the band is here. Thank you so much for joining me. Chris, Jess, Paco, John, and Mac.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks.
So, how are you guys feeling after playing some music up here on the roof?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
A lot of fun.
No, go ahead, Chris.
It's a lot of fun.
All right. No, it was a definite experience. You know,
It's been something we've been really waiting on for a while now.
we're looking forward to. We didn't bring fur coats this time.
No,
But,
should have.
Sadly.
Well, we're recording this in June, and it's really nice out. Nice breeze, sunny weather.
Got
So
lucky.
you got a great day to do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And so you played, and I think Allentown enjoyed your songs too.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They better.
I expect
money
them.
back.
Yeah, I expect a mob outside.
So listening to your guys' music, it's really interesting. You combined a lot of different things into there. I see maybe a little bit of pop, maybe a little bit of like psych rock, maybe a little bit of, I don't know, like kind of I want to say almost like jangle pop stuff, but you're not very energetic. You know, what type of music do you listen to? What influences you?
That's actually funny because all five of us have specific influences. In the songwriting process, we try to combine all of our collective interests and influences at the time to form the band's, songs. So take, for example, the instrumental, just developed the riff from there, and then we added a bunch of flavor with a bunch of reverb, chorus, overdrive to make this sort of... Someone told me that it sounded like Rush mixed with Police mixed with a surf song for some reason. I think it's the reverb that's telling me that.
Yeah, we have some bands that we all kind of like. We're all huge fans of the Strokes. We like the Growlers and everything like that. But we all have different flavors of music. Like I prefer heavier stuff, and I've always been like that. I've been playing heavier music. Chris kind of liked more like pop-esque.
Yeah, I was metal at one point,
You were
and then I mellowed out.
Pop,
Yeah, it's like indie
really
rock.
like classical rock, like Queen and everything like that. And we all just kind of have our own genres that we don't exactly like to stay in, but that's like our forte, and we all kind of bring that together to make these songs kind of unique, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely creates the sound that you guys hear, the combination. That's, I think, kind of what we're trying to define who we are. We don't even know what type of music we play, so.
Pop rock.
Yeah, it's pop rock. Pop rock. Yeah.
Oh.
I really don't know that. Definitely not going to invent it.
There you go.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the first time we got wind of you guys, and I know you played one of our shows early on, Jess, were you not in the band back then?
No, it's only been about a year now, I
Yeah,
think, that I've
yeah.
been in the band.
Okay.
So
So
it's fairly new.
What's it been like coming into the band and now playing with them?
Very different. Before this, I was in two bands, I think. One was more like folk, mellow kind of stuff. I had to do a lot of research to kind of pick up on the sound because, like we were saying, it's not really one specific thing. Yeah, no, it was definitely a big change for me, but I've been loving it.
She definitely adds, I'm going to say this, she definitely adds something that we, the four of us, can't really produce, another element, and another vocalist, because a lot of the songs off this new album and the songs that we played, I used to be the only singer, now we have Jess in the mix, and I think that also adds to that sort of versatility that we're trying to aim for with our sound, basically.
I was trying to be the female in the band, but they kicked me out.
I think it's the beard, really.
Yeah, no, I had to grow the beard
It's a dead
out. Just didn't
giveaway.
have the beard. We had to just swap off. It's unfortunate, but some things have to be done.
He also wears too much black, so we can't really deal with it.
Sorry.
So you were mentioning the new album.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that. What's in store?
So what's in store? It's an album called The People We Knew. Again, recorded at the Shards LV with that beautiful, beautiful Burka Boy.
Matt's right off camera now, and he's shielding himself from the sun. So shout out Matt.
Shout out to Matt.
Yeah, shout out to Matt. It's a 10 or 11 song?
11.
It's 11 song. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an 11 song album, and it's supposed to replicate sort of different relationships, different arcs that people go through. So the album's almost like a personal type story where each song is kind of a different perspective of a relationship gone well, gone bad, things that people think about, and we want to sort of bring that connectivity that we all have together and show it with our variety of genres while maintaining a consistent sound for the listener. So there's a lot of different stuff. I could name a couple of influences, ranging from surf music to definite jangle pop. I will actually say that. Power pop, if you want to like collectively think about that, some 70s stuff, jazz, a little bit of funk, and current indie style music. So
Mainly Owl City.
not really Owl City. I would think more of I don't know, the slack rock, Slack Kings. You know, like Canadian Boys. If you probably know that one. But yeah.
Back to Marcus.
This is we try to emulate him as much as we can.
Yeah.
Can't tell with our hair, but
I used to have the haircut.
It's in our hearts. It's not in our hair. It's in our hearts.
And in addition, I think this album is super definitely defining us, and to define us as the listener, that we're not just a band, we're a family. As much as that's very cheesy, it's like mozzarella cheesy, but it's basically the connectivity between the five of us. We want to bring it to you guys, wherever you may be, or wherever you're listening. Or if you're not listening, just liking the pictures, that's cool too.
Start listening.
Yeah, start.
All right. Speaking of where people are from, you guys are from the Lehigh Valley. Are you from different spots in the valley?
Yeah. I'm from Bethlehem, so.
I'm actually international. I moved here when I was 10 from another country, the Philippines, to here now.
Okay.
So shout out to family over there. They're probably going to be watching this.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And then I moved into Easton, live with him. So
Yeah, I also live in Easton.
Pointing
Born
to
and raised.
Chris. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Wind Gap area, originally New Jersey, but moved here when I was really young, so basically Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I'm boring. I've just been in Easton my life. My entire life.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Same.
Me,
I
Chris,
was
and
born
I
in
went to
Bethlehem
high
technically,
school.
but
I was born in Easton.
raised in Easton.
God.
So much variety, as you can tell.
Too much. But no, we're mainly around the Lehigh Valley now.
So what do you think about playing in the area, the music scene that's going on here?
I love it. Honestly, I've been playing in the scene for a while. I've been in like a few bands beforehand, like growing up. And I think the music scene now is just so personable. I think it's just so personal, like with every band that you hear, that they bring their own vibe, they bring their own sound, and I think the unique sound of the Valley is what's really keeping the local scene alive. It's like when you go out to a show, you don't just hear just like, oh, this is just like 30 post-hardcore bands in a row.
Or pop punk.
Or pop punk. No, it's like every band brings their own kind of vibe and their own kind of style. And I think that's what's really making the Valley so great when it comes to like its local scene.
And it's great now because we're like friends with all of them.
Yeah, I was
know?
gonna say,
it's
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
Something I've noticed, like having just like entered and stuff, everyone shows up. Like everyone knows each
Yeah.
other is so cool. It's awesome.
Very welcoming scene. So if you want any of you bands
Never too
wanna
late to
play around
join.
Here,
Yeah.
totally play around here. It's a lot of fun.
It's so fun.
But I would be the one to say is we want to definitely also expand as a band itself to not only play in our home territory, but to play in spots where they've never heard us before, and might be harder to convince that WFA is the way to go, I guess.
Before we go, let me just ask, where did the name come from? I know it's the most boring thing you could ask a band, but I am curious.
You want to say this one, Chris?
Sure. So I guess it was like at the time before we had this lineup, it was me, Paco, and some other friends, and one of those members actually came up with it. Kind of show how we're all different but the same. You know, we all come from very different backgrounds, and I think the name carries over to our group now. How we all have very different musical tastes, and we come from slightly different areas, but we come together to be a family.
Awesome. Well, I think that's a fitting mission statement for sure.
Thank you.
Well, we're from Antarctica. We appreciated having you here on the rooftop of the Cigar Factory building, home of the Alternative Gallery here. We end every interview with a pick from the band. Is there anybody that you ran across playing live that you'd like to give a shout out to? And we'll end the interview with a song
I
from
think
them.
we know
I think we're in
too.
agreement here.
I think.
Oh yeah, hold on. 3, 2, 1.
Food truck.
Dude, these
Most
guys.
definitely
These
food
guys
truck.
have played for not only Tape Swap, they played with us so many times.
They're good
Yeah.
friends of ours
Yeah,
as
they're
well.
great.
They've
acoustic,
got like
great
some of the
people.
best energy
They really
Yeah,
that
they're
I've
so
seen.
good.
Yeah.
And especially that they are also releasing their EP pretty soon, also courtesy of Burka Boy Matt over here. We definitely want to bring them on here to do this rooftop,
Yeah.
All
I
right.
love 'em.
Well, I think by the time this airs and premieres online, it'll already be out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for sure, we love Food Truck, and they played our shows before, so good choice for a great LV band. All right, well, we're from Antarctica. We enjoyed having you here. Thank you so much, Chris, Jess, Paco, John, and Mac. Have a great day.
Hey,
Thank
guys.
you. You as well.
Thanks.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was so much fun.
I'm not that awkward.
Yo, Berkamak.
I'm probably way more awkward than you were on that interview.
That was pretty good.